Another team I had was Chicago, so they're second in the East. So I guess we just do them next.
Oh hell yeah, man. That's a team. You said it from the beginning. The Bulls and the Warriors, man. The Bulls, they're good.
Yeah, those are the two teams I'm keeping my eyes on this year, the Bulls and the Warriors, and they're both making me look pretty good so far. So yeah, the Bulls are second in the East as of the day of this video, 10-4. And I mean, I can speak for me personally. We did the Chicago Bulls off-season video where we were like running through all the teams. And when we got to Chicago, man, I told you I love their offseason. Getting DeRozan, getting who else did they get? Caruso. Then who was the last guy they got?
Lonzo.
Lonzo
Lonzo.
Ball. Yeah, that was just good. Like on paper, you saw their potential starting five, and you said, why can't this team be competitive in the East? And I even told you, don't be surprised if at the end of the year they're a top four seed and they got home court advantage. It's only 14 games, but they're second in the East. And all of their offseason signings so far have played pretty well, man. Like they've hit home runs on all of them. So, for example, DeMar DeRozan, he's averaging 26.9 points a game for them. He's their leading scorer. Him and Zach LaVine are combining for a little over 53 points a game between those two. 53 points from those two guys. That's a solid 1-2 punch. You look at Lonzo Ball. I don't have his averages, but they're pretty much Lonzo-esque. You know, he gives you some points, he gives you some rebounds, he gives you some assists, solid ones for a point guard. And the biggest thing that I took when I was researching Lonzo Ball, this guy is shooting a career best 44% from threes this year on 7 attempts a game. This is a guy that people were clowning his form his first year or two in the NBA because he had that weird shot where he put his hands in front of his face. Hey, Ben Simmons, take notes, man. You get in the gym, you work on your shot. So far through 13 games, man, 44% from three. He's hitting a little over three threes a game. And the last one, Alex Caruso, man. Did you know that of all the NBA players, this guy has the second most steals in the NBA so far this year, only behind Gary Trent Jr. He's averaging, I think, like 2 point something, or it might even be three steals a game. And he's a hustle guy. Exactly what he was doing for the Lakers is what he's doing now for the Bulls, and he's helped them weather the storm from Patrick Williams getting injured. Like I don't know if you know, but Patrick Williams, dude had like a wrist surgery or something. I think it was. He's out for the year. And if they didn't have Caruso, that fifth guy that you could plug in with those lineups with like Lonzo, DeRozan, and all them, like I don't know, man. That to me, that was worth something. That was an amazing signing for them. And yeah, man, just I'm looking like a genius right now on the Chicago Bulls, bro. I really like their team, and they're making me look good.
Yeah, man. I have Lonzo Ball on my fantasy team, man, and he's doing great things, man. Yesterday he hit seven threes against the Lakers. It's freaking awesome.
I saw
Not,
I saw online he had more threes than the entire Lakers team in that game. So
yeah, bro. I have Buddy Healed and him on my team. So freaking raining threes, man. I hit like over 100 threes the last week, like my team.
that's
It's
pretty
pretty
beast,
crazy.
man.
Yeah, and then Lonzo still he gets steals.
I think it was like 2 point something.
What right now it says 1.9 like
Oh,
on the fantasy thing. But Caruso gets 2.5. So both those guys getting almost two steals on the same team. That's defense right there. And then they don't even have Vucevic the last few games because of COVID, I think. So when he comes back, then they got a bigger presence down low. DeRozan is on fire. He's scoring like crazy. Levine scores. Dude, it's a scary squad, man. I think the Bulls, if they can get like obviously the Williams thing was an issue. So if they could get one guy to really like come up like as a rim protector or something like that, I think they're pretty much on point to like win the championship. But that's just me.
I mean, you mentioned you said a rim protector.
Yeah,
So defense, that's a good segue, man. Chicago Bulls are sixth in defensive rating this year. Sixth in defensive rating, 10th in offensive rating. They're in the top 10 in both of those. They're scoring and they're pretty good on defense. And that's how you become 10-3. And I just want to
yeah,
mention too, with Vucevic, because you said I didn't know it was COVID, but I knew he hasn't played in the last couple of games. Interesting thing with him, and I was looking at his percentages, they're pretty bad this year. Like he's not shooting as well as he has in other years. But even with that, 13.6 points, basically 11 rebounds, and 4.3 assists from Vooch. 4.3 assists. That's beautiful from your center, man. You got a center averaging almost 4.5 assists a game. So, yeah, man. When they get him back, they're just gonna become even scarier.
yeah.
And
They just
I
they
love
don't
them. I
have
love the
anybody who
Bulls.
gets blocks. Like they have nobody who gets blocks.
I feel like this is that point where you look around is like, is Bismack Biyombo on the team? If he's
Try to
not,
get him, yeah.
yeah, sign that guy because that's practically all he does. Just block shots.
Yeah, besides that, like their offense is like they don't have any problem scoring. So I think they're good with that.
I was gonna say Hassan Whiteside too, but I don't know if Utah would, you know, just be jumping to like give him up. But
Be
yeah,
weird.
yeah, definitely, man. Shot blocker. Uh, I really don't have anything else to say about the Bulls, man. You got anything else?
Oh, with the Bulls, the one thing I saw was like obviously I don't know if you saw it, but they lost by 1 point against the Knicks. Like they were 4-0 and they lost by 1 point. And then they lost twice against the 76ers back to back. And then they lost against Golden State by a lot. Like they got destroyed by Golden State. So Golden State is pretty crazy right now. Um, so that's like obviously one loss, but the other three games are pretty close. Like it's not like they were getting destroyed or anything. So it just seems like this team is destined for more because like obviously that first loss to the Knicks, that was 5 games into the season. So I feel like they're much better now.
Yeah, my bad. I know earlier I said the Bulls were 10-3. Yeah, 10-4. Let's do prediction, man. What do you see from the Bulls for the rest of this year?
I think they're number one, man. Number one in the East.
You think they're number one?
Yeah, man. Like they, especially when Vucevic comes back, I don't see anybody really like challenging them. Especially, they like I said, they're like gelling. Like they're getting better with each other, and they're already this good. You know what I mean? So like, it doesn't seem like far fetched to be like, yo, these guys are gonna get better. Like they could get better.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, for me, man, it's tough to say this early who's going to be number one, but I do think they're going to be a top three team. To me, it's Nets, Miami, and the Bulls. Those are like the which of those is going to be number one? It could go either way with them, but I don't see them slipping out of three. I don't think so. They look too good, man. They look too good.